everybody, and welcome to this beautiful day today. And I have Sheila Davis here, all the way in Utah. And today, with the Photo Forest, we're going to be talking about sales pages. So, hi, Sheila, welcome. Let me give you a proper introduction. Sheila, you are a sales funnel specialist, right? And you love designing and building sales funnels and sales pages.
Yep, I get really excited. My kids can always tell because they're like, Mom, calm down. You're talking really loud. And it's usually when I'm talking about sales funnels.
I love that. I love the excitement that you get about your specialism, you know, like me in the Photo Forest. I just love it. It excites me, and that's so great. All right, the very first question I have for you, because I know my audience is confused about this, the difference between a sales page and a sales funnel.
Sure. So a sales page is literally just like a landing page. It's somewhere where people end up to do something. And so it could be to opt in for something for free. It could be to buy something for low cost, or it could be to buy something for a higher cost. So, a sales page can be anything to get someone to take some kind of action, really. So a sales funnel can be anything from really complicated. Like I have a guy that I work with, and he has 23 sales pages in his sales funnel. I know, it's crazy. So mostly I work with health, life, and fitness coaches, and he's a fitness coach, and he upsells and downsells people through the whole funnel. It's crazy. I don't know. But he's really successful, and he has these big, huge pages. And then I have some really simple sales funnels. So like for a virtual assistant, because I also train virtual assistants, they do really simple sales funnel. You download something and you sign up for a discovery call. So the funnel would be opt in for something for free, takes them to another page that says, hey, thanks, here's your download. And by the way, schedule a time to talk to me. And that can be a really super short sales funnel. So the funnel is getting them in the top, a bunch of people, and then narrowing them down into where you have the people who are actually buying things from you or becoming clients.
So how important is a sales page in that whole process?
The sales page is critical. It has to work. It has to be functional. It has to be beautiful. And it has to get people to take action. So a lot of times you'll see a sales page that is just like a wall of text. People aren't going to read it. You know, in our day and age, we want things fast and quick, which is why we do Facebook Lives, right? It's better than a recording because people are more interested in what's going on right now. Like, it's really cool. You're on the other side of the world from me. You're in Bali. I have another client in Bali, actually. And I love talking to her. And I'm all the way in the US. So we can do something right now and take some action. If your sales pages are not getting people to take action, then they're not going to work. So one example is when you send someone to a thank you page after they do something. So let's say you get them to opt into your fantastic free gift that you have for them. And then you take them to a thank you page and all it says is, thank you, check your email. You've lost an opportunity. How about thank you, check your email, join my group. Schedule a time to talk to me. Buy this other thing, download this other thing, read my blog post. There's so many things that you can get them to continually take action. And so it's really important that those pages work together to do that.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I think, and do you hear the roosters here? It's amazing.
Awesome.
It's like 9 a.m. in the morning. I'm sitting on my balcony doing this Facebook Live. I just love technology. So guys, if you're hearing the roosters, welcome to my world here in Bali.
Great.
Yeah, so the sales, yeah, he's right outside. So if you're hearing this really loud, apologies, but what can you do? All right, so I would love to hear your tips. We're going to go through a few things. So if you're just joining us live, this is Sheila Davis and Nora Wendell, and we're talking about sales funnels and sales pages here on the Photo Forest. And we're going to go through what makes a great sales pages, some mistakes Sheila sees all the time that doesn't help in converting, right? The main purpose is you want people to become your clients. And then she's also going to talk about her number one question, which is like, what do people put into a sales page and a sales funnel, right? So Sheila, let's start talking about the top 3 mistakes you always see people making.
Yeah, so the first mistake that I see most of my clients making is they're not doing it. It's really that simple. I mean, how many people have I talked to? I can't even count, who say they know they need to do something, but they don't do it, which leads me into mistake number 2, because they overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be super difficult. So, you know, you just told me that you had an awesome blog post with the top 10 things about a sales funnel or something that you have to do on a sales page, right?
Yeah.
So people are going to go and they're going to read that and they're going to be like, ugh, well, I don't want to make those 10 mistakes. But then they don't do anything. Well, the good news is that if you get it up and you find it's not working, let me give you an example, actually. So I have a client right now that I'm working with, that she has a really great sales page. She has 800 people who signed up for her free gift. Only 100 of them took action. So what did she learn from that? She learned that the next step, the first page is working great. Let's fix the next step now. So instead of spending all of this time building out this huge long funnel, she built one little piece of it, the opt-in and the thank you page. Now we can see, okay, now we need to work on that thank you page and figure out what is going on wrong with that. So the first step is just do it. Figure out a way to do the funnel and do it. And it can be really simple. There's a lot of different ways that you can build a sales funnel. And then the next thing you need to do is just watch it and see what's going on and see what's working. But if you never do it, you'll never get opt-ins. And if you do it, the worst thing that can happen is what? Nobody signs up. And if that's the worst thing that can happen, it's already happening to you. So just go out and do it, and then don't overcomplicate it. The third mistake I see a lot of people making, which feeds right into the first 2, is when they do finally get it up, they only talk about what people are going to get. So as an example, sign up for this video, you're going to learn how to do this, you're going to learn how to do this, you're going to learn how to do this. So I could do a video for you to show you how to do a sales page. And I would say, you're going to learn how to put in your call to action. You're going to learn how to put up your video, and you're going to learn how to brand the page so that it's beautifully branded for you. But what it should be saying is, sign up for this free video that shows you how to increase your list, grow your client list, sell your product. So the difference is that you're giving the benefits, you're listing the benefits, you're talking about the results, not the what. So you want to sell. People they want to buy the beautiful beach in Bali. They don't want to buy, you know, the airline seat that's going to get them there, right? Because that's not the fun part. So those are my 3 things.
That's and you know, I've been here and writing notes. I'm like, list the benefits. Yes, okay, cool, list the benefits, right? So I guess you just have to be really clear on what are the benefits of what you're selling on your sales page, right? And without being clear on that, well, then your sales page kind of isn't going to work. What was the first thing that you said? Is to actually do it. Is to actually just do the sales page, right? And to create your funnel. Yeah, I think I see this quite a lot actually, because you know, I'm quite a big fan of freebies. I think we all are, right? So we're like, oh, cool, this is so cool. Sign up for this, right? And then usually, and I think the majority of people, that's it. Like you sign up, you give your email, and then you get the opt-in and the content upgrade and the freebie, and then it's like silence, dead, right? Yeah. So not a lot of people are using the sales page as one part of their funnel to get people to know you, to like you, to trust you, and then to buy from you, right?
That's exactly right. And you do have to follow up with the email series. So that's a big part of it too, is following up and making sure that you're still in contact with people. But really, it's that thank you page that is one of the biggest mistakes. And you know, it's get them in the group, in the Facebook group, get them to follow you on Instagram. Like I have one client that 90% of her customers come from Instagram. So whenever she gets someone to sign up for a free thing, the first thing she wants to do is get them to sign up on Instagram, right? And follow her. So you have to know kind of a little bit about your clients and where they're coming from, and then get them to take that next action. So you've given them this awesome gift, get them to take another action. And that's when it becomes a funnel and not just a page.
Yeah. Wow. Great. Cool. So that's the difference. Like the page is kind of the static, and the funnel is like everything around it to get your audience to know you and to like and to buy from you.
Yeah, I see where the action takes place. It's like the spinning of it.
The spinning of it. Fantastic. If you're watching this live and you have a sales page that you want us to critique and give you some feedback, Sheila is in the replay. Why don't you drop a link to your sales page and we're going to we'll tell you some feedback on it. All right, and I think we are back. So if you were watching this and it got cut out, my apologies. This is the internet, and I am in Bali, and we are streaming together from Utah to Bali. So you know what? It's totally cool. I'm totally fine. And this is Sheila Davis, and she's a sales funnel specialist. She loves designing and just creating sales pages and sales funnels. And this is part 2. So, go and check out the Photo Force page for part 1, because we had some really interesting chats here about what Sheila is saying, the top 3 mistakes she sees people on the sales page, what do you put in your kind of sales funnel. And right now I want to ask Sheila about some tools for sales pages and sales funnels.
Yeah, so there are a lot of different tools that you can use. And I would highly suggest that you first take a look at your own website. The easiest, best way is to take a look at your website. If you're using a WordPress site, I'm not so sure about the other platforms, but I know with WordPress, most themes will allow you to have an HTML page or a page that doesn't have a navigation bar. So the main thing that you want to make sure you're doing on your sales pages is that you only have one purpose on the sales page. So you don't want to have a navigation bar. So if your theme allows you to build a page without a navigation bar, that's really all that you need. You can build it right there on your page. So that's great. That's easy. It's free. The second option I would say is OptimizePress has, for $100, you can build OptimizePress pages, and it's not a monthly fee. It's a one-time fee, and they have some really great new slick ideas. They have templates, and it's really easy, customizable. It works in rows and columns, and so there's no coding or anything involved. Then you're looking at something like lead pages and those kind of things where they have a higher monthly fee and things like that. But I would just definitely start with your WordPress page or site and theme and see if you can do that. There's also, I believe, plugins that you can even use for sales pages as well. So take a look at all of those different options and find out which one will work best for you. But I wouldn't put it off. If you say to yourself, you know what, I don't have $100 for OptimizePress, and my theme doesn't allow it without a navigation bar, I really can't afford lead pages because that's a monthly fee. And if you ever give that up, by the way, you lose all your pages. That's kind of scary to me. So what you want to do is just make it on your website. Just go ahead and make it right on your website site with the navigation bar. Get people coming on your list. The one regret that I made, or that I have about starting my business 6 years ago, is that I did not start building my list from day one. Start building your list right now. Get that free thing out there. No matter what it takes, just do it. And we were going to talk about where and how do you promote it. So that leads right into that. So in order to promote your sales funnel, which is going to start with something free, you've got your sidebar on your website. You've got the footer of every blog post. You've got the footer of your website. You've got Facebook now that has the call to action button. You can promote it on Twitter, on Instagram, on your homepage. I would promote it every single place, every single person. Put a QR code on your business card. Use the Bitly links and share it everywhere you go. Like if people ask a question and it applies to your freebie, answer it with a link. You can only do that in some groups. Now you do need to make sure you follow the group rules when doing that. But, promote the heck out of it everywhere.
Yeah, no, I think what people generally find is that they feel like they're over promoting things. And I always say there is no such thing as over promotion. It might seem like because you're the one who's posting everywhere and talking about it everywhere. Not everyone's going to see your posts on Facebook or on Instagram or your tweets on Twitter, right? So like you need to get over that feeling that, oh my God, I'm being like so egotistical that, I'm only talking about this and everything. No, because I think the statistic is 1 in 16 posts get seen on Facebook of yours, right? So imagine how often and frequently you're going to have to post, right? So get over that and just spread the word, continuously spread the word, right? You obviously have an offering that you're passionate about and that you want to help people with. So, spread the word about it and go with that with a good heart. And, that's my 2 tips.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you, like you said, 1 in 16 people will see your post. But also, like at the very beginning of this call, we talked about how excited I get about talking about sales funnels. I literally talk about sales funnels everywhere I go. everybody I talk to, they're like, what do you do? I build sales funnels. It's awesome. And they're, you know, most people are like, who are not online entrepreneurs, like, what's a sales funnel? I'm like, you know, when you sign up for something free and then they try and sell you something, that's a sales funnel. And they're like, oh, that's really cool that you do that, because how many times do we buy from that, right? So literally, because I'm excited about it, I'm passionate about it, I talk about it everywhere I go. I talk about it in everything that I do. And if the way that you overcome being salesy or over promoting is realizing that you're giving everyone a benefit, right? So if you're a life coach and one of your benefits is a meditation that really just helps people, and you've got hundreds of people who you've helped, why wouldn't you shout it across the rooftops? If you have a special, like I work with a coupon gal, she's really cute. She has a fantastic way. She taught me today, actually, in less than 30 seconds, how I could get free stuff from Walmart. Why wouldn't you go tell everybody that, right? So think about that. Like, if you just be passionate about what you're doing, you don't have to be salesy. Be passionate. There's a difference, and people can feel it. You can benefit someone's life. Tell them about it.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love it. Yeah, it's like, why wouldn't you want to share this, right? If you, yeah, totally. Why? Ask yourself, why wouldn't you want to share it? Think of it. You would be selfish if you're not sharing this and helping other people, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, fun. All right. So do you, it's up to you, Sheila, but do you want to do screen sharing and show a few sales pages that you think are interesting, or maybe have some improvements, or like that are rocking? Totally open for you to do that.
Yeah, sure. I'll share my screen. Just let me know when you can see it. I've got a couple up here.
Yeah. All right. So I think we are live sharing the screen.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you want to take a second and just reshare the second broadcast on your page.
I did, like right at the beginning. Yeah.
But we had to rebroadcast, so you might want to share the second part.
Yeah, I shared the second part right when you first viewed it live. I could the first one didn't show up, but this one did, so that worked out great.
All right, if you're just joining us, Sheila J. Davis, sales funnels specialist, and we are about to go through some sales pages, and she's going to give us, point some stuff out to us, some tips and tricks and strategies that people are using. So hopefully you can learn this for your own sales pages and sales funnels and get rocking, get those clients converting.
Yeah, for sure. So one of the things we want to make sure we're doing with our sales funnels and our sales pages mainly is to get people to convert. Definitely. So this is one of my coupon gals. She's her name is Katie Kiefer. She's the true couponing gal, and this is one of her sales pages, and she uses lead pages for her sales pages. And this one right here is just basically trying to get you to sign up for her course on how to use couponing. Now, Katie gave me permission, just so that everybody knows, and Katie knows I love her, and we're working on this. So this is one of the pages that I think that Katie needs to work on just a little bit. So the first thing that I notice about this page is it's really, really cluttery, you know, because she has her counter there already with stuff, and then she's got that background image. I don't think we need the background image. And also I think that the headline needs to be more attention grabbing, like more benefit, like save money now. You know what I mean? So I would probably change out the headline here and the background, and then as you go down, you see that there's just going to be a lot of text here. So I think by adding images, we're going to see a lot higher conversion for this particular page. But what I do like about Katie is that she always shares who she is. So we all know that, especially with couponing sites, there are a lot of spam couponing sites, right? So it's going to be really important for this particular industry that she shares, hey, this is me, this is my site, and this is what I'm doing. And I would actually move this way up. Even though she has a video, I would actually move up who she is. So definitely sharing who you are. Sharing testimonials is really important as well. So Katie has some really amazing testimonials. And if you can have that social proof on your sales page, you're going to have a lot higher conversion for that as well. So let's go ahead onto her second page. So this is one of her other pages that I think is doing really well. This is the one where we had 800 people sign up, and then it just kind of dropped off, and we have fixed that now. But this is for her 4-day course to change your finances, to help you increase your money. And so you can see now she's got images here for the check marks instead of just the dot. There's not a wall of text. And then the button says, I'm excited to get started, which is better than just like, you know, click here or whatever. And then when you click that, you'll see that it'll pop up, and really simply, you can see you're already 50% done, and you can put in your email. So the benefits of having these pop-ups like this, so a lot of people don't understand why you would have a pop-up as opposed to having, let me show you this other example. So on this page for another one of my, the Happy Gal, another one of my clients, we actually have the name and email right here instead of a pop-up. So the difference is that for Jenny, for the Happy Gal, they had to click on something to get to this page. For this one, they had to click on something to get to this page. So basically, they've already done 50% of the work. Chances are they're going to complete that and put in their email. If you go straight into just putting the email in, you'll actually notice a drop off in the conversion rate. So that's why people are doing this. You have the pop-up with the email as opposed to having just the opt-in right on the page. Here's one of Josh's pages, another one of my clients, and he is the one of the that has, this is, I think, the 4th or 5th page in his series. It's like really long. And so what I would say about these long sales pages is that long sales pages do convert really well. Now, if you go through and you look at this whole page, you'll see that there's images all the way through, and it pulls you down the page. It keeps the action going. We've got the testimonials. We've got the big, bold words, love your body, love the confidence. Let me show you a better way. So if you were just to skim through this page, it's meant to make it to where you can see, even while you're sleeping, save 2 to 3 hours a week. You can skim through this page and quickly get down to the bottom and realize, wow, it's going to do all those benefits for me. And then look, it's going to show you some of the things that you're going to be doing. It's perfect for busy women. And then you get to the how much does it cost. And by the way, it's super inexpensive. I think it's like $9, $7. And he's got this huge long sales page. For this industry, a long sales page really works well. And so now you can see that the button is a different color than the rest of the page. And so it makes it really pop out and get your attention. Here's another one of Josh's pages. And I'm just going to refresh the screen so you can see that this one has a little bit of animation to it. So you can see that that stop everything grabs your attention. And then it will go down. And again, it's got the big words. And these are the bonuses and the benefits that you get when you sign up for this. So that's really important to have all those things. Now, a lot of people don't realize that when you're building something, a coming soon page can be part of your sales funnel. So for my client Bree, we built this, she's got a new site coming. We're building her a new site. And you click this notify me and you can get on the list to be notified when her sales page comes live. So she's building her list, but see, this is where she gets most of her clients. So she's gonna have the follow me button, and then she's got her video. So again, though, you can scan down, see the social proof, and know exactly what you need to be doing. Remember that it's really important on your thank you page. This is what I want to do next, the thank you page. So this is a thank you page for one of the trainings that I provide to determine your ideal client. So you can see this doesn't just say, hey, thanks, go get your training. This is, hey, thanks, and here's your training right here. And this actually is the training. And then I've got some more calls to action to get them to do something, which I actually talk about in the video. So you can see how the thank you page can keep you moving forward. Digital marketer does everything right. I would highly suggest, and I wish I had something like this of my own to give you, but I don't. But digital marketer, do a search for the download 15-point landing page audit. And in this, it actually helps you go through the different 15 points that you need to have on your landing page. It's actually brilliant.
Yeah, great. And let me just interject here, because I wrote a blog post for the Photo Forest, and it's 10 crucial elements you need in your sales page. And the opt-in for that is a big list of call to actions that actually work. And I think call to actions are just, you know, you need to get creative in them. You need to get people wanting to click them. And buy now is so old school. You can't just have buy now. You need to be creative in the way that you have it. So if you want to read 10 crucial elements you need in your sales page, you can head on over to thephotoforest.com/sales. And yes, you can pop it up right now. Thephotoforest.com, not forest, forest, remember? Forest.com/sales, and then you'll get the blog post where I've written 10 crucial elements you need on your sales page. And yeah, really, really interesting. Read the blog post, and then you can scroll on down and you can see the opt-in is what did I say it was? Yes, a big list of call to actions that actually work. So
and that's fantastic. Yeah, that is a really, really handy download. So one of the things you need to say to yourself when you're creating your free gift is, if you finish it and you say to yourself, oh man, I really should be charging for this. Should I charge for this? It's the perfect freebie. Because you know what? We are all so protective of our emails, aren't we? I mean, we have like, I think I unsubscribed from like 500 emails on that Unroll thing. So we're really protective. So it has to be something really good. So this is fantastic. So download your big list of call to actions here. It is fantastic. And it takes you right to the page where you can put in your name and email. So it's perfect.
And then I have a thank you page, which leads people to our Facebook group. So I've got our own little sales funnel there. Yep. And at the back of that, when you do sign your email, you get the email saying, here's a link to download. And a day later, you're going to get, hey, this is the Photo Force. This is what we're about. And I just realized I need to add in one more where I'm going to give away free stock photos in the 3rd email trigger series.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Okay. So I'll be signing up for that, because free stock photos, that's huge. I told my daughter, she's trying to become a photographer. And I was like, you should take lots of scenery pictures and I'll post them and we'll give them away for free and I'll get emails.
That's great. You know, taking your family members to help you in your sales funnels, right?
Yeah, whatever it takes, right?
All right. Well, okay, great. If anybody has any questions, even if you're not watching this live, pop them into the comments. Sheila will come and give you her expert opinion. If you do have a sales page and you want some tips and feedback, pop it in the comments and we'll give you our feedback. Come on, this is a great opportunity. I just wanted to go through really quickly again. Sheila, you said top 3 mistakes people make. What are they?
Top 3 mistakes is not doing it.
So not doing a sales page, not having a sales funnel, right?
Yeah, you don't have to have an entire course built to start collecting emails. Just get out there and start right away. Get a group, get them to follow you on social media, something like that. And that can be done pretty easily after. Sign up for your blog posts, emails, whatever that is. But just do it is the first one. And don't overcomplicate it is the second one, because, you know, then that's when you start saying to yourself, oh man, I have to do all of these things. But you don't have to do all of those things. You just have to do one. And then tell everyone about the benefits, not the what, but the benefits of it. What are they? So think about like Delta, right? If they want you to fly to Hawaii, they're not going to show you the inside of an airplane and what the seats look like and their stewards or whatever. And you know, the cruddy food you're going to get now, that was pretty bad. They're going to show you the Hawaii beach, right? So show them the Hawaii beach.
Yeah, and it's such a great example because it really illustrates it, because I think we all dream of going on holiday and being on the beach, right? Well, the majority of us do. And so of course you don't want to see the airplane because that's like the tedious part. You don't have to fly there. You just want to be there. You want to like time travel and be there.
Yeah, they don't show you the lines at security.
Yeah, exactly, right? So those are the top 3 mistakes that Sheila sees all the time in sales pages and sales funnels. We had a little bit of a chat about some of the tools. So just really, you know, go through that again. So in case people are catching up to this, they can, you know what they should be using to create a sales page and a sales funnel. And I think you didn't actually talk about the email marketing systems. Maybe you can put in a word as well for that.
Sure. So the follow-up emails are really important. So there are some email platforms that do not send out something immediately, which is why it's even more crucial to have that next page be an action-taking page or the actual item that you're giving them. Also, if it ends up in spam, which would be awful. So what you need to do is make sure that you have an immediate follow-up and then follow up on it, you know, the next day. One of my very top, most responsive emails is about 3 days after I send a freebie. I send an email that says, hey, so-and-so, I put their name. I'd love to hear from you. So I'd say, hey, I'd love to hear from you. And then in the email, it says, I noticed that you downloaded my checklist about 3 days ago. Can you tell me why you downloaded the checklist and what you've learned from it? And people literally will write back a novel to me. Like, this is why I did it. And I'm like, really, I just wanted to know, like the 3 little things. But they write back a whole big thing. So if you're asking them, they'll tell you what they want from you. But do not, so use the 80-20 rule with your emails. Give them quality, fantastic, helpful, beneficial information for the 80%, and then use the other 20 for selling. Or
so I have a quick question then. So I get asked this often as well, and I also ask it myself. So okay, you've got your email responder series happening, and so you've got your opt-in, which should go immediately, right? People want to, when they give you their email, they want that thing immediately. So that email should get triggered immediately. But then let's say you've got 5 or 3 emails in sequence. Should it be, every hour that you send it, once a day, every 3 days? Like, does that matter? Because I think it does, but what is, like, in your experience, the optimum amount of time between emails?
There are some people, and I'll use names because we know who they are. So Ian Cleary is one of I absolutely love Ian. I've met him a couple of times. He's with Razor Social. He emails 2 or 3 times a day sometimes. It's a little excessive. It really is. But he's Ian, and I love what Ian sends me. So I keep them, I save them. And then you've got the amazing, Kim Garst, and she'll email 2 or 3 times a week, which is fine and plenty. And then you've got Digital Marketer that emails sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. Social Media Examiner, I think, is once a day. I don't think.
And are you talking this like, they email once a day? Is this their general newsletter, or is this when you've opted in?
No, this is like every day I get an email from these people every day. And it's usually like referring me to a blog post or something like that.
Okay, interesting. And then I was specifically interested in knowing when you set up, like, from the opt-in, when you set up your autoresponder sequence. So how many days should it be in between those, or how many hours should be like, okay, so the first email is your opt-in, the second one is like, hey, this is more about me. The third one is maybe, I think you'll be interested in this blog post. The fourth one is like, oh, come and say hi to me in this platform. Like, what should the triggering sequence and the time be between those?
Yeah, so really it kind of depends on who you're following on the one hand. But really, it should never stop. So there's not like a set number that you need to send after someone opts in. It should be forever. So basically, they get the free thing, and then maybe 2 or 3 emails following that have to do with the free thing that they signed up for. But you need to continually engage them on a daily basis. I would say no less than 3 times a week and no more than 7 times a week. So I know there's a lot of people that actually do email more than 7 times a week. I think 7 times is excessive, but I would say, 3 to 4 times a week, I would stay in touch with them and let them know, hey, I've got a new blog post, or did you check out my Facebook Live, or do you know anybody who could benefit from this, or I would love to hear back from you to find out what you thought about it, or, join my Facebook group. There's a lot of different things, but I would continually engage them. It doesn't really stop. It actually continues on.
I think it's so interesting because I actually think a lot of people are scared of emailing their list, right? And so they don't do it. They just don't email it. And I think you just need to start emailing your list. You need to start asking them questions, being like, are you enjoying this email? Or do you like the content I send you? Or what do you want to learn from me? I think that's so important because it's useless to send random things to your audience, which they're actually not interested. And I think a great thing to look at is your statistics of unsubscribe rate. If you suddenly emailing every single day and you notice 3, 4, 500 people unsubscribing, then it's probably too often, right? And I know some email sequences will have like, why did you unsubscribe? I personally never fill that in because it's like it's another task for me to do. I know some people might, But then you got to be like, okay, why is it, have you changed the content, or maybe the content's not good enough? So I think you just need to ask your list, what do you want to hear from me? Why did you sign up in the first place? And you mentioned that you asked that to your list when they've downloaded your opt-in, right? Be like, what did you get out of it? I love that. And you know what? I'm going to use that because I think that's so beautiful.
Yeah. Nathan Latka, he started Heyo. He's since sold it, but Nathan Latka, once a month, he sends out an email that says, I noticed you didn't open any of my emails last month. Do you still want to be on the list? Because if you don't, I don't want you on my list. And he's pretty blunt about it. And Derek Halpern's the same way. He's very blunt about things. And so there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I see you haven't opened my last 5 emails. Can you tell me why? Are you give them a survey? Are you just too busy? Has the content changed? Does it not apply to you? Do you want me to take you off my list? Because I don't know about you, but I don't want people on my list who don't want what I have to offer. So, I'd rather have people who love my content and let everyone else go somewhere else. I'm fine with that.
I think I agree with that too. And once you reach a certain number in your list, then you start getting like afraid of your list. And I don't know, there's all these emotions and blocks that people have. And I have them too, with the photo force list. I'm like, I can't email them too much because they're not going to like that. But I'm just like, hey, if they don't like it, then they don't like it. Then they can unsubscribe. It's their right. It's their choice. So, I'm like,
the cool thing. Yeah. Because here's the cool thing about your audience. So not everybody wants to hear about sales funnels all the time. They really don't. They want to hear about it when they're doing sales funnels, but they don't otherwise. So I have to mix in content that has to do with sales funnels and then maybe something to do with marketing, Facebook ads, you have to broaden it. So for you, if you were to email me every day and say, hey, check out the new 5 free photos, I would open your email every day. So it really depends on what you're sending and your audience, right? I've got one gal that I work with who she can only email her list once a month. They just don't want to hear from her except maybe once a month. And it's really because she works one-on-one in person with them. They're not online people. So if you know your audience, you'll know how many times that you need. And like you said, if your open rate is like tanking, you're emailing too much or not the right content. You need to ask them and see.
Totally. All right. So let's just go through the different actual tools that you can use to create a sales page. You said there's optimized press, which is like $100, right? $99. Mm-hmm. Then you said there's lead pages, but lead pages is like $50 a month, I think. Plus, I think the really good point you said is that you lose your sales pages when you cancel your subscription. Yeah.
And it's the same, like, I think my clients pay almost $100 a month for lead pages. It's not cheap. I know there's like an annual fee that you can pay, but again, if you cancel that service, you lose all your pages.
Yeah, that's really important.
It's really important to remember. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think like you want to lose those kind of sales pages, especially after all the effort you put it in and the copy and everything like that.
Yeah. For sure.
You can also, like, I know in WordPress, you can just have, you mentioned that as long as you get rid of the top menu bar, because you don't want people to come to your sales page and then be diverted elsewhere. So if you can get rid of your top menu bar, you can just use a normal WordPress builder theme and get rid of the top menu bar, and then just have people, on one page where there's one focus, and that focus is to click that button of yours.
Yeah. And this is a really cool trick too. So if you have your URL and your WordPress theme does not allow you to remove that navigation bar, you can go into your host and you can create a subdirectory. It's totally free, and you create a subdirectory and upload a theme that does allow you to have a page without a navigation bar, and just build your pages there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways that you can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to go down to the lead pages or the ClickFunnels route. It's just, they make it easy, and that's why people like it, because it's easy and that's their one focus, right?
They make it easy, and yet I prefer not to use them because it's very rigid. You saw the pages I made for Josh. It's very fluid, but you can't do that on lead pages or ClickFunnels. They're very rigid. Like a lot of times, sometimes you can't even change colors. You can't change the background. You can't change the font. So branding it truly you is a lot more difficult on those as well. And I'm not dissing them. I mean, it works great for a lot of people. Just some things to consider when you're thinking about it.
And I think that's a really important point you just brought up, is your sales page needs to convey the brand that you want. So whether you're selling your service, what is your personal brand? And you've got to have your brand colors in. here. If you're selling your service, you're going to have photos of you on your sales page. I mean, don't have stock photos on there, although the Photo Forest is a stock photography company. If I want to buy your fitness course, I want to see photos of you, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's great to have stock photos and you should have them in certain areas, but you have to have a picture of you. And that's another thing that a lot of my clients are like, I don't want to be on. And I'm like, you know what? We need to know who you are. If your website is called yourname.com, I better find a picture of you on that page.
What fun. Have you got any last tips or tricks or strategies that you wanted to share with our viewers about sales pages and sales funnels? If you have any comments, anybody who's watching this live, the replay, pop them below. Happy to answer them. Pop your sales page below and let's, take a look at it and give you some feedback. It's free feedback. Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, for sure. My last minute tip is test. So a lot of time clients who come to me, they want a sales funnel up. I actually had a gal contact me on a Friday. No, it was a Thursday at 9:00 at night. It was a local number, so I didn't think anything of it. I just answered it. She had a live event Monday morning and had no sales funnel, and she had to have the link to the lady by the next morning. There was no time to test this. I had to build it in less than 12 hours and get it up and done by Monday morning. And needless to say, there were a few little glitches. It worked okay because I know what I'm doing at least. But test it. So I would test it at least once a week. I would test it every single day. And the first time you actually put it out, I would test it 4 or 5 times a day and make sure it's working.
So test the links. So you meaning, do you mean
Go through the whole funnel. Go through the whole funnel. Put your name and address in. Make sure the download is working. Make sure it gets to the thank you page where you want it to go. Go buy it. Now, when you're first testing it, if you're buying something, you can change the price to like 1 cent or 0 or do the sandbox thing. But, I test it all the way through to the end and make sure it's working.
Yeah, I think that's a great tip. And I'm paranoid about that. I test it like all the time because I'm like, oh, what if they don't get it? But you know what? For me, I've seen that if people don't get it, they email me. They're like, hey, I signed up for it. Where the hell's the freebie? Like you get some angry clients and customers then, right?
Yeah. So one of my friends works with Christian Michelson. He's a really big coach. He just had a big launch. It lasted 3 weeks long. They tested those funnels every day for the full 3 weeks, 10 times a day.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. You see, so test. Make sure it's all working. You don't want to have broken links or broken buttons. You're losing people if that happens.
And because it just happens randomly. Like you don't even know why sometimes. It just stops working.
Wow, amazing. Well, thank you, Sheila. This is Sheila J. Davis. We've been chatting about sales funnels and sales funnels and sales pages here. I'm Nora with the Photo Forest. Hop on over to the blog post that I wrote. It's thephotoforest.com/sales. And I've written 10 crucial elements you need on your sales page with a content upgrade where you get a big list of call to actions that really work and are creative and much more fun than the usual buy now button. Thank you so much, Sheila, for, sharing your passion about sales pages and sales funnel with us here on the Photo Forest.
You're welcome. Thanks so much for having me. It's been a blast.
All right. If you want to get in touch with Sheila, share your website address and I'll pop that into the description as well.
Sure. It's just SheilaJDavis.com. SHEILA. SheilaJDavis.com.
All right, there you go. Thank you again. Have a great night. She's coming live from Utah. I'm in Bali. It's the next day here in Bali. So I hope you've enjoyed this broadcast and you've learned about sales funnels and sales pages. Much love to everybody. Thank you, Sheila. Bye.
Bye, everybody.